Welcome back, y'all, to Searching for Faith. If you're new here, I'm Tracy, and I'm so glad you found my channel. So today we are going to be doing just kind of like a chill summer morning Bible study routine. I am a public school teacher by trade, and I don't have children. So I do have my summers off as a school teacher in America, and they are sometimes busier summers. Sometimes I travel more, like I'm going to be doing this summer. Sometimes I work during the summer. Sometimes I do summer school, or for special education it's called ESY, extended school year. But this summer I'm mainly focusing on, I am doing some traveling. I just got back from the beach, and I'm actually have this big 2-week long trip down the Pacific Coast Highway with my husband that we've been literally planning for years. It was like a bucket list trip for us. But really for the rest of the summer, which I really only have like about 3 weeks, my first full week of summer I was working. I did some work for the Department of Education on developing standardized tests. And then the week after that I was at the beach. Now I'm home, so I have 2 full weeks without any like true plans. And then me and my husband will be on our trip for 2 weeks, and then I come back and I have about a week, and then I start pre-planning. So I have about 3 weeks of like free open time, and I'm gonna be really focusing on getting content for you guys and editing videos. And August is like crazy for me as a school teacher, so I know I'm not going to get a lot done for this channel. So I definitely want to like get ahead and make sure that everything's like planned out and scheduled for you guys, so you guys don't miss any videos, and I'm able to stay consistent with you guys, so that you guys get your content even when August gets here and I turn into a crazy person. But yes, that's kind of what my summer is going to be. But my routine kind of changes. Like, as you guys saw, and I'll link below, my previous Bible study routine video is usually when school is in session. I do my Bible studies on weeknights at around 8 p.m. when my husband goes downstairs to go to the gym. But during the summer, when my days are more open and I'm home and it's more relaxed, sorry, ambulance. Okay, hopefully it's far enough away now. But during the summer months, when my schedule is more relaxed, I actually like to do my Bible study in the morning. Not crazy early in the morning. It is around, I think I woke up around 7:30. I still will, mentally and physically, I still wake up at 5:30 a.m. because my body just wakes up at that time, because that's what time I wake up during the school year. But then I come back out to the couch and I fall back asleep on the couch, and then when my husband gets up around 6:30 to walk the dog jumps on the couch with me, and we both sleep for a little while longer. So I slept till about 7:30, which I know to a lot of people probably sounds like not late at all, but for me, that's like crazy late. So around 7:30, my husband's about to start work. I'm gonna make my breakfast, and then I'm gonna like sit down and do my Bible study. So I thought I'd take you guys through about like maybe like half of a day with me. We're also going to go to the pool later. Yes, I live in an apartment building that has a pool. So I thought I'd show you guys kind of just like a relaxed, chill summer morning routine. So come along with me. So these breakfast sandwiches, I actually have started making them myself. So it's literally just a whole wheat English muffin. I have this donut pan I use to make egg rounds using egg whites, and then light cheddar cheese And I was using chicken sausage from Trader Joe's, but they were out the last time we were there, so I'm using just Jimmy Dean's turkey sausage. But I pre-wrapped them, and then I'm going to wrap it in paper towels and microwave it. Now I'm going to eat my breakfast, and I have a little like Bible study playlist for myself on YouTube, and I'm gonna pick a video and watch that, support some other Bible study channels while I eat my breakfast. Okay, so now we're gonna get into our Bible study. It's been forever. Oops, sorry y'all. It has been forever since I've done my Psalms devotional. When I was on vacation, I didn't take my Psalms devotional with me, and I definitely got behind on it when I was working that week at the DOE, so we are still kind of on our 20 through 25. So we're going to be studying Psalm 21 today. 22, I have a feeling, is going to be split up into 2 or 3 days. Look how long 22 is, but then 23 is super short, and 24 is reasonable, so it's going to take me a little bit longer. Okay, but 22 I can definitely do today. So I'm going to listen to some, like, relaxing, like I said, Autumn Cozy is one of my favorites for just, like, ambient background noise. Okay. So I've got some ambient background noise in my ears. All right, so let me open up my Psalms devotional. So it looks like they have you do 20 and 21 together for day 3, which I did not do. Oh, okay. See, this is like how off I am. Like I did 20 and didn't even like look at this. Okay, so I did do the highlight guide. Where are my pens? I need to order some new ones, but I did get some like cheesy ones at the Japanese dollar store. So I have some cute little like cinema roll themed pens. That's what I'm gonna use for this. All right, let's see. All right, I did the highlighting for 20, so let's go ahead and do the highlighting for 21. So I'm going to read through this.
Here I stand, I fall before you, and I lift my hands, and I surrender everything I am. I call you knowing that you come.
So my first thought when I'm reading through this psalm is that I'm pretty sure King is referring to David, but I also feel like this is definitely, and I wonder when I get into my my study Bibles and my commentaries, what it's gonna say. I feel like it definitely may be also a symbolic, what's the word, parallel, I can't remember what the term is to use for that, but about Jesus. Let's see. The King rejoices in your strength, O Yahweh. How greatly he rejoices in your salvation. You have given him his heart's desire, and you have not withheld the rest of his lips. Okay, so I feel like this feels like David. But here you set a crown of fine gold on his head. He asked life of you, and you gave it to him, even length of days forever and ever. I think it's this part right here where I just feel like it could be talking about Jesus. His glory is great in your salvation. You lay honor and majesty on him. For you make him most blessed forever. You make him glad with joy in your presence. For the king trusts in Yahweh. Through the loving kindness of the Most High, he shall not be moved. So I don't know. And that's like a common thread or theme throughout scripture, that David is symbolic of the future of Jesus. So I don't know. I was just like, when I was reading it through the second time and doing my highlighting, I just was like, is this about Jesus? All right.
It all just falls apart when I begin to come into your heart. I run to you, but you're already here. Take me as you see me. I know that you don't need me, but somehow you still call me as I am. Take me as your child, make my love run wild, pure and undefiled. I know you can. Hold me closer now. I know there's no turning back around.
So I was looking at this question. It says, what was significant about horses during Bible times, especially during war? So I am looking at my Enduring Word commentary right now. Let me turn the brightness down so you guys can see a little better. And it says that David knew what kings and their people usually trusted in, human strength and the ways it is often expressed in chariots and in horses. If writing today, David might say something like, some trust in nuclear weapons and some trust in tanks. It is part of human nature to put our trust in such things. Chariots and horses are very terrible, especially to raw soldiers unaccustomed to their whirling onset, but the name is mightier. Part of the reason David refused to trust in chariots and horses was because God had commanded it. So, commanding in the law of Moses that the king of Israel would not multiply horses for themselves, either for use in cavalry or to pull war chariots. Deuteronomy 17:16. Are am I right, intense or tense and strong forces? It would be easy to place our trust in them. Also, God commanded against it. In Deuteronomy 17:16. All right, now it says meditate on Psalm 21:7. For the king trusts in Yahweh. Through the loving kindness of the Most High, he shall not be moved.
Everything I need. So take me as you see me. I know that you don't need me, but somehow you still call me as
All right, now I'm gonna go back and do my study of 21.
pure and undefiled. I know you can.
Surprisingly, there wasn't a lot in here. Normally, I get a lot more meat out of the annotated Bible. Let's look at our Apologetics Bible before we look at our Enduring Word commentary. All right, let's see. It doesn't talk about Psalm 21 at all. It talks about Psalm 20 and then skips to 22. So I have no notes in my Apologetics Bible on 21. And the only thing the Oxford Bible gave me was that this, even length of days forever and ever, is a prayer for long life for the king. That honor is translated as splendor in the NRSV. And that these words, his glory, his splendor or honor and majesty, are light surrounding gods and kings. So let's look at the Enduring Word. What does the Enduring Word have to give us? A grateful, joyful king. The king shall have joy in your strength, O Lord. King David had many reasons to take joy in the strength of God. Perhaps this joy came from preservation and success in battle or some other deliverance. The tone is passionate. The king, the ancient Jewish Targum and Talmud render the word king in verse 1 by Melech Messiah, King Messiah, which means that the Jews in an early period understood these words to be spoken by the Messiah or of the Messiah. So, I remember which pen wasn't working. All right, so the king.
I give back everything, my mind, my heart, my soul, the place you call your home, and dwell within these bones and wake my weary soul and cleanse my heart of stone. Oh God, and purify my mind, bring out this child inside. There's nowhere I would hide from you, and dwell within these bones and wake my weary soul and cleanse my heart of stone.
Okay, so Enduring Word commentary gave me a couple of more things. It said that given him his heart's desire, has not withheld the request of his lips, that God answers the prayers of those who believe. And it kind of went on in more detail about how believers will see answered prayer, and basically if you're not seeing prayers answered, that should be like a hint that you need to do something, you need to change something. Let's see. Selah is a pause, which we've learned before. I told you about this already. Let's see. The blessings of goodness. The goodness of God had come to meet him. In God's grace, he loves us before we have loved him. And that's from the Enduring Word, the grace of salvation. And then like this whole section, time of your anger. He said that now essentially is a time of grace, that there will be a set time for his wrath, a day of vengeance. And that's Spurgeon. That's what that quote is from. Okay, so now I'm done with my Psalm study, and I think I am going to do a little bit. I literally just have to finish Acts, so I'm going to do the remainder of my Acts study with How to Faith a Life study. I'm going to get out my journaling Bible and my notes. I really need to find my Axe washi tape. All right, so now we are on literally Acts 27 and 28. Yeah, as you can see, it took me a second to log back in because activity. But yeah, I am at the very, very end. A little sneak peek of what her courses look like. I've told you this before, but I do highly recommend her courses. I'll do like a whole flip through of my Acts notes, like in my Bible, when I finish Acts. I am going to go back in and do my own study on because the meatiness, like her notes and insights were super, super meaty up until about 18-ish. And then I wasn't getting as much directly from her. So I know 19 through 28, I'm probably going to go in, like some pages I didn't write anything in my Bible. I'm going to go in and do some of my own study using my study Bibles and my commentary. And then at the end, we'll do like a whole flip through of Acts in my journaling Bible. But yeah, so I am on my very last lesson on the Acts study with How to Faith a Life. So we are on 27 and 28. So I'm going to listen to that. I'm not going to show you any of it or let you hear any of it because I need to protect her privacy and her paywall because you have to pay to do her courses. So I'm not going to show you any of that, but just know that while I'm taking notes, it's because I am listening and watching her study. So
Here I stand, I fall before you, and I lift my hands, and I surrender everything I am. I call you, knowing that you come. Fears and pain and shame, it all just falls apart when I begin to come into your heart. I run to you, but you're already here. Take me as you see me. I know that you don't need me, but somehow you still call me as I am. Take me as your child, make my love run wild, pure and undefiled. I know you can. Hold me close, and now I know there's no turning back around. Looking at your eyes, I know I found everything I need. So take me as you see me. I know that you don't need me, but somehow you still call me as I am. Take me as your child, make my love run wild, pure and undefiled. I know you can. Even more for me, I give back.
okay, so I'm done with my Acts study. I literally have finished How to Faith a Life's Acts study. Now really quick, I'm gonna do my prayer journaling. I'm like super behind by like a few days. Lately I've been kind of doing like a month a month. Lately I've been doing about like a week at a time. And then doing like a prayer at the end of the week. I'm still writing out those verses, but I'm doing like a week and then doing my prayer. So today is the 18th. So we're going to do 3 today. I did switch to a new color of paper just because I was getting tired of looking at the yellow, and I actually kind of thought to myself, maybe I should be doing every one a different color. So it's kind of like a pinky orange for June, so I switched to the pink paper. All right, so first let's look at what is today. Well, the 16th, so 6/16/24 is Psalm 71:23.
Your home and dwell within these bones and wake my weary soul and cleanse my heart of stone. Oh God, and purify my mind, bring out this child inside. There's nowhere I would hide from you, and dwell within these bones and wake my weary soul and cleanse my heart of stone. Oh God,
Okay, so I am now going to write my personal prayer off screen, and then we'll chat. Okay, so now that my Bible study is done, we are going to get ready and go to the pool.
as you see me, I know that you don't need me, but somehow you still call me as I am. Take me as your child, make my love run wild, pure and
Hey y'all, so I am at the pool. I just got done swimming my laps. Who else loves swimming as much as I do? Let me know in the comments. If I had a heated pool, I'd probably be way fitter than I am if I could swim every day all year round. Like, that would be my exercise of choice. I used to swim a lot more, but I'm very thankful to have a pool in my building so that I can swim. So I am reading for my theological, Christian, whatever book you want to call it. I'm reading my first Jen Wilkin book, the You Are a Theologian book. I just started it. I struggle with reading nonfiction. So I really have to like stay focused. And a lot of times I will listen to them instead of read them, but I am trying to physically read this one this summer. And then I also brought just like my for fun book. I read a lot of fantasy. Let me know like the book genre that you guys love. But I'm reading the first book in the School for Good and Evil book series right now. So I'm probably going to read a couple of chapters in You Are a Theologian, and then read some of my book for fun as well. So yeah, so here we are. Okay, so first thoughts on the book so far. It looks like it is just kind of going through the essential doctrines of Christianity, which is really cool. There were a couple of things that like really jumped out at me that I wanted to share with you that I've read so far. The first one was that theology functions properly, and an enlivened intellect fuels an enlivened heart. It recognizes the beauty of reason in the life of faith, and it gives to reason a vocabulary and a vision. Thinking deeply about God should always result in feeling deeply about God. Theology does not lead to doxology or worship. Theology that does not lead to doxology or worship is not theology at all, but a vain pursuit of knowledge. What's the difference? The motive of the learner and the work of the Holy Spirit in applying what is learned. The next one is about theology and prayer. It says not only must theology be biblical, but it must also be prayerful. Theology begins and ends with prayer, which I feel like should be pretty straightforward.
We can't know God unless he makes himself known to us, which is why we pray. Theology is also meant to be worshipful. It is not meant to make us love theology more, but to love God more. Theology is loving God with our minds. Theology is meant to lead us into greater worship of God. And worship of God is meant to lead us into greater knowledge of God. And then the last thing I was going to share with you was, we are humble theologians. It's all about being humble. So humility in theology. We're humble theologians because we cannot know God unless he makes himself known to us. All knowledge of God is given by God. It is an act of grace for God to make himself known to us. To know God is to know grace. Therefore, to know God is to grow in humility. There is no room for pride in theology. So it's going to go through all of the main doctrines. So it looks like it's kind of like, it's going to mirror probably the intro to theology course that I did with Faith Womack probably. But it never hurts to get new information. I mean, they go into this whole section about community and how you need to learn from other believers as well as historically. I have to admit, like, I struggle with reading historical nonfiction, especially. There are so many amazing historical theologians and apologetics that you can read throughout history. Some are easier to read for me personally than others. C.S. Lewis is one that's easier for me to read, but he's only about a century ago. So, you know, but that is something that I recommend. So it never hurts to get new information from different minds. You're always going to get fresh new thoughts and new ideas. So but so far this is actually easier for me to read than I thought it would be, and I'm definitely highlighting and taking notes as I go, and that definitely helps me with my ADHD brain to focus on nonfiction, to take notes and highlight as I go. But yeah, so far I'm really liking it.
Okay, y'all, so sorry, the washing machine or dishwasher is running in the background. I just got home from the pool, or got back to the apartment from the pool, and ate some lunch with my husband, and now I'm sitting down to do some editing for the rest of the afternoon. So this is going to be the end of our summer morning Bible study with me, summer morning routine. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little insight into how my summers are different from the school year for me as a teacher, and what my Bible studies look like during the summer. So if you enjoyed this particular video, as always, give me that thumbs up, and give me that like. And if you would like to follow along with me on my spiritual journey to discover who God is and to dive into his word, we do a lot of Bible study content here, so definitely hit that subscribe button as well. Okay guys, don't forget, God has not forgotten you, and we are in this together. So let me know how I can pray for you in the comment section below, and I'm here for you. Okay guys, I can't wait to see you in my next video. Bye.